Number 3.
Way more traditional. I think Sweden and Scandinavia is a bit strange in this perspective if you compare with the rest of the world. I think Latin America is way more traditional than we are in Scandinavia. How you sort things out at home, what you're supposed to do and what I'm supposed to do, and etc.
I've noticed that Sweden is a very equal country, even I would say a bit of a feminist country, a bit more on a female side. I like being a girlfriend. You know, I like making him feel good. Like, perfect. I don't mind like doing things at home, and obviously in a kind of equal part because he helps me a lot. Like he cooks, he's a perfect partner. But I love like doing like a little meal for him while he's working in the afternoon. Perfect. And taking care of him. I just like it, and I think like usually Latin women are kind of family driven, and we like to take care of our husbands.
Oh my goodness.
Or boyfriends, and you know, it's just all culture a bit to be like that.
I agree.
I also have to agree with this statement, my fellow cheek slaying disciple. This gets my cheek slaying stamp of approval. Now, it's time to begin church. And there wouldn't be a church without the music. Music, please. We're gonna vibe this one out. I want everybody to grab their cheek slaying Bibles. And now, we're gonna send positive vibes all across the nation, because today shall be a cheek slayer invasion. My brother, please open your cheek slaying handbooks to title Hoology. Section cheek slaying collaborations, verse 387. It states, if your girl is friendly, fit, feminine, she cooks, and she cleans, my brother, that girl is not a cock-gobbling machine. That woman is worthy to be your queen, and you shall submerge in those guts like a submarine.
Congregation, I said, can I get an amen?
My brothers, according to the ancient cheek-slaying scrolls of the Ming Dynasty, it states, if a girl sucks and milks you in the morning before you had cereal, my brother, that girl is worthy wifey material. My brothers, in cheek slaying collaborations, Proverbs 999 of Thottiladians, it states, if you treat her like a queen and she plays you like a Nintendo, my brother, nut on her back and zipline out the window.
But we don't love them hoes, so let's talk about it.
You be ferocious! You be relentless!
So today, gentlemen, we're going to be talking about signs of a quality woman. Signs that she's dateable. Signs that she's not one of these creepy gobblers. So right off the bat, here is the $1 million question. Which one of these girls is wifey material? Because, my brothers, in life, if you choose the wrong girl, you are gonna walk yourself into a slaughterhouse. Let's take a look at our contestants. Our first contestant is contestant A, the Rave Bay Festival girl. These girls are trying to get a train ran on them. Our next contestant is contestant B, the ABG, the Asian baby girl. Our next contestant is C, the online dating app. I met this girl off Bumble. Our next contestant is D, the 49er. She's a 4, but she thinks she's a 9. Whoopsies, man, whoopsies! Our next contestant is contestant E, the country concert festival girl. These girls are a great time.
Fuck you, bitch. You broke my heart.
Our next contestant is contestant F, the girl who is missing a eyelash. Our next contestant is contestant G, the Latina overseas, don't speak any English. Our last contestant is H, the college sweetheart. So I want you guys to gather your thoughts, collect your cheek slang analysis, and comment down below which one of these girls is wifey material. Because a lot of girls nowadays, they're really good at giving off an illusion, faking who they truly are. Some of these girls are more secretive than Max Kellerman trying to cover up his fart with a cough on first take.
He ain't scared of anything.
Well, is Draymond scared of something?
No, but the difference is that Draymond is usually arguing and fighting with.
So today, we're gonna analyze this with our cheek slang sharingan.
Miley Percocet, chase a chick, never chase a bitch. Yo, purple sex, Miley purple sex.
So right off the bat, the first trait of a quality woman: pay attention to how she treats her family, her friends, and the people around her. Because if she treats them like a steaming sack of shit, well, guess what, buddy? She's not gonna treat you like God Almighty. She's also going to treat you like a steaming sack of shit. And the next one, this is very important. Was her father around in her life? Does she have a healthy relationship with her father? This is why I advise you fathers to stay in your daughter's life. Because if she never had that father figure in her life, she will not understand the value of a man, and she will not understand how to cater to a man's needs. And since she never had that father figure to give her that masculine attention, every man she dates, she wants that man to give her what her father couldn't give her. This is why some of these girls, it's like when they date a guy, it's always about me. What can that man do for me? The sense of entitlement, it comes from daddy issues. According to the cheek slang compilation Proverbs 10 of Thotoladians, it states, if she has a healthy relationship and respects her father, she will not turn to the streets like a night crawler, and she will not become a professional cream gobbler.
Congregation, I said, can I get an amen?
So I've dated girls who came from single parent households, and I've dated girls who came from two parent households. And let me share my experience with you guys. We're gonna start off with the bad news, and we're gonna finish off with the good news. So right off the bat, girl C. I met this girl off online dating. She was a very gorgeous, beautiful, light-skinned chick. You know what they say, black don't crack. But she was raised by a single mother, where her father was never around. And the more I got to know this chick, the more uglier she got, because her personality did not make her the greatest person. Let me explain. Because remember back when I was dating this girl, everything that we did, it was always about her. It was never about me. I would take her out to bars, dinners, festivals, arcades, show her a good time, and I would pay for everything. Not once did she offer to pay for the bill. And let me tell you guys something. In a relationship, it's 50-50. You help each other out. You come there to give. And if that other person, all they know is just take, and never give, that is not a quality woman. And may I tell you this, back then, I just graduated college. I did not have a pot to piss in or a window to tow it out of. But I made effort to try to make her happy.
You a simp!
I would come pick her up, and she lived in the opposite direction of me. I would come pick her up, drive her back to my place, which was in the opposite direction. Not once did she offer to pay for gas money. And every time I ask her, hey, can you meet me halfway? Or every time I'll ask her, hey, since I paid for dinner, can you spot us on the arcade games? And you know what she said? She says, oh, a real man would never make a woman pay for herself. She would try to gaslight me. She would try to make me feel less of a man. Kind of like this girl right here.
Serious question. What would you ladies do if a man asks you to split the bill on the first date?
I split the bill only once in my life, and I blocked him on the Uber back. I think the reason why it's only happened to me once in my life is because I make it no secret right off the bat that I'm materialistic and shallow. So all the dusty guys know mostly to stay away. On all my online dating profiles, I am fully decked out in evening wear, faux makeup, designer handbag, jewelry, bougie background. And in case they don't get it, before the first date, I always slip in jokes like, ha ha ha, I have a monthly Chanel habit. So they know. And I know some of you guys are like, don't even ask to split the bill on the first date, but that's not how I operate. The first 2 dates, I'm always like, do you want to split the bill? Oh, I feel bad you're paying. Because I want them to take pride to willingly be generous for their woman. I don't want it to be an act where they feel awkward so they do it. That's how you end up with guys who pay the first 5 dates and then end up dusty. No thank you.
May the cheek-slaying fathers ascend down from the gates of heaven and enlighten us and bless us with the cheek-slaying Declaration of Independence. My brothers, please open your cheek-slaying Bibles to chapter Thoughtaladians, section cheek-slaying Collapolations, verse 11, chapter 33. It states, if she is an entitled woman who thinks she deserves a 5-star suite, my brother, tell her to shut up and take a back seat. Because that woman is a downbeat. What she offers to your life is very petite. Nothing but a good time between the sheets. My brother, the cooter is a value that can become obsolete. You unleash your load and skeet, and you send her packing back to the streets. And her number you shall delete, because that woman's soul is made of concrete. Chapter 724. If a girl complains and makes your life miserable constantly, my brother, she never cared or loved you. Honestly. The girl I was with, the light-skinned chick, she had big, voluptuous bongos and nice, fat ass cheeks. But she never made me improve my life. Everything with her was like a competition. She always wanted to be better than me. It was toxic. All we did was fight, get fucked up, and make up. Back then, I was in a scarcity mindset. I was scared to be alone. That's why I stuck around and put myself in that negative entity. And the only time she appreciated me was the time I left and got with another girl. Let me finish this cream gobbler with these 2 verses. In the sacred, forbidden, cheek-slaying scrolls, verse 999, if she is bougie and vain, she has ass, tits, but no brain, that woman is very addictive, like cocaine. Lot to lose, but very little to gain. So my brother, send her ass back to the streets where she came. Look at this rare breed of specimen with such incredible velocity and speed in her natural habitat, running back where she belongs.
She belongs to the streets.
Verse 894. It states, if she is beautiful and that ass is fat and she looks like a snack, but her attitude and energy is whack. Body shaped like a Coca-Cola bottle, but the soda is flat. That's why the men she dates never come running back. That's why she will always be alone, single, with her cats.
What happened? Where did all the men go?
So at the beginning of the video, I gave you guys a questionnaire. And if you guys chose A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, my brothers, you are absolutely incorrect. But if you guys chose H, give yourself a pat on the back, because the college sweetheart is the correct answer. My fucking cheek-slaying scholars. And let me explain. When I met this girl, she understood her role as a woman, and she was very traditional. She had a really close relationship with her mother and father. And if you guys date a Latino girl, her family will pretty much become your family. And when I met this girl, it was way different from the first girl because me and her, everything just flowed effortlessly. Instead of competing with one another, we made each other better. You know how there's a saying when the universe sends you somebody when you least expect it? Guys, I met this girl in a subway line getting a fucking sandwich. She was destined to get this foot long. I remember this one time when she came over to my apartment and she saw a whole bunch of my notes and my work stuff scattered everywhere. I didn't even ask her to do this. She was like, hey Ray, I'm gonna make you a calendar and I'm gonna organize your schedule for you. You should take this highlighter and highlight the most important stuff in your day. You should set long-term goals and short-term goals. I didn't even ask her to do this. So the fact that she did that, it just meant a lot to me because at this point, this was a turning point in my life because I wanted to become a better man, not only for myself, but for her.
Absolutely perfect.
And with this girl, we're gonna call this girl Ifa. I'm not gonna tell you guys her real name. With Ifa, every time I set a date, she never flaked on me. And it just made me feel good. It made me feel appreciated. Because let me tell you guys this, a girl with high interest, she will make you her number one priority. And at the end of the day, that's all a man wants, is to be appreciated and cared for. And with her, I felt that I could trust her because I know she would not go behind my back and sleep with my best friend. Kind of like what Harry did to Peter Parker.
What did you do to her? I did what you failed to do. I her. Mary Jane and I, we each other. She doesn't Peter. She knows me very well. And when she me, it was just like she used to me. That taste. Strawberries.
And I will always remember this one thing about Ifa. Every time she came over to my apartment, at the time I was staying with some roommates, but every time she came to sleep over, she will always organize the whole fucking apartment. She would put the shoes back on the shoe rack. She would clean the dishes. She would fold my clothes. She would clean my room. Me and my roommates were like, what the fuck? Is this girl real? And every time I got back home from class or work, she'll leave this secret note on the table saying, hey, I made this for you. I love you, my Asian persuasion. That's what she used to call me. And then she would make like PB&Js or like some Latina thing. It was called like empanadas or some shit like that. I mean, it tasted like shit, but the fact that she put all this effort and showed me that she cared, I just ate the whole thing. Because this just gives you a feeling of like warmth in your heart that somebody cares for you. It makes you feel mushy. It makes you feel like you're on cloud nine.
You a simp!
Fuck you, Steph. Let me get my moment of glory to explain, to be in the presence of a quality feminine woman. It just feels great. When you're with her, just fireworks just goes off and shit. And the next thing, signs of a quality woman. What she would do is she would start moving into your frame. And let me explain. So she knows that I go to the gym, but she doesn't go to the gym at all. She was just naturally curvy. But the fact that I went to the gym, she started picking up this hobby. She started going to the gym with me. That is what is going to happen when a woman starts to move into your frame. She starts adapting to your hobbies and qualities. And another thing, I really like basketball, and she never watched basketball at all. And one day she called me. She was like, hey, Ray, what are you doing? I was like, nothing. I'm just chilling, doing some homework. She was like, are you free at 6:30? Me and your family got you Golden State Warrior tickets. I was just shocked. Like, no girl has ever done this for me. And then I went to the Golden State game with her and her family. Like, I'm telling you, when you date a Latina, her family becomes your family. And I've never had this with my family before. It just made me feel good. It made me feel appreciated. For the first time, I felt that I was like cared for, and it felt fucking great.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
And the next trait of a quality woman that I noticed in Ifa is that Ifa, she never really had a social media. She was really into nature, and she always wanted to have fun. She always wanted to try new things outside of the bedroom and inside of the bedroom. I feel that that's a very good quality to have for a woman. And let me explain. We're gonna keep it PG first. So, since she really was adventurous and wanted to have fun, what me and her agreed on was we made a bucket list. Things that we wanted to do and things that we haven't done yet. So what we'll do is we'll write these bucket list things on Post-it notes and we'll put it in a jar. And every single week, we will draw from that jar and we'll take turns. 1 week it will be her turn and 1 week it will be my turn. So this gave us something at the end of the week to look forward to after a long week's worth of class and work. So for example, if it was my week, I would choose from her jar what she wanted to do on her bucket list. So a thing she wanted to do on her bucket list is she wanted to take me to a reggaeton, Spanish, banda club, whatever. And let me tell you guys something. Spanish people, they are lit as fuck. They're over there just fucking salsaing and shit. And one of my bucket lists that she did was she took me to a comedy concert, play, whatever. Because I never been to one. She took me to Tiki Tom's out in Pleasanton. She paid for the comedy and I paid for dinner. See, it's 50-50. You come to a relationship to give. This is why I will never forget this girl. She was just so perfect. And the next thing, she's not afraid to try new things in the bedroom. And let me tell you guys something. First of all, a lot of girls, they will use sex to manipulate you. They will ration that shit out like a piece of fruit. But with Ifa, anytime I want it, I got it.
Oh, I'm so glad you called. I've been trying
Can
to...
you me?
You bet.
Now?
Okay, where?
At the bridge in the park?
On my way.
For example, so she only been with 3 guys. And she didn't like to suck and charm Cobra. So basically what I did was, girl, that's a deal breaker. You're gonna suck this dick today. So I told her, I really taught her how to suck dick. I was like, at first she was trash. Her head game was like, she was just barely kissing the tip. Girl, when I'm getting sucked, I like getting sucked dry. And you gotta do some of that tornado action with it too. I want you to destroy my shit. I want you to suck the soul right out of my body. So I taught her how to do that. And for example, she never been eaten out before. And me, I do not eat girls out, I'm telling you. But for her, it was an exception. Because in a healthy relationship, y'all make that, you will agree to make that exception together. So my biggest takeaways from both of these girls is that the first girl, she was a 10 out of 10, but her personality made her difficult to deal with. I felt that I was walking on eggshells with her. I couldn't be myself. But with Ifa, she was an 8 out of 10. But she was so fun to be around. I could be myself. And that fact alone, that made Ifa a 30 out of 10. And I would choose an 8 out of 10 who's fun and loving rather than deal with a 10 out of 10 who is a bitch. The second takeaway. The first girl, she came from a single parent household. And Ifa, she came from a traditional family. So that probably had to play a significant role in it. And Ifa, she just understood her role as a woman. And the third thing, the first girl, she was very into social media and all that. But Ifa, she never had social media. She was into like nature and doing fun stuff. So those are my biggest takeaways. So fellas, I hope you guys find your Hinata in a world full of Sakuras and cream gobblers. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.